When Jesus was proclaimed in the Christmas story, he's proclaimed by the three wise men, and that's interesting. The three wise men who came from the east. Well, wise men were considered in those days astrologers. They practiced astrological science. These wise men from the east are identified, so we don't have to guess who they are. They were called the Magi. All you have to do is add a C onto that word, and what do you get? Magic, because that's the root of the word magic. The Magi were from the tribe of Magi, which is from Persia, which we know today as Iran. They were astrologers. Now, why did the Bible pick astrologers to find Jesus Christ in the Christmas story? Why didn't they pick an evangelist? Why did the Bible pick an evangelist or a pastor or a minister? Or why pick astrologers to herald this great proclamation to the world? Interesting. When you read the Christmas story, you come up with the idea, well, they followed the star. And so everybody's got these three guys, you know, here, it's over here. No, oh, come on, saying come this way. And all the stars saying, hey, over here. You know, you got to follow the star. That's what it means. The tribe of Magi of Iran, which were astrologers, were commissioned by the Persian prophet Zoroaster. And he said, study the stars, and in Virgo you will find the sign that proclaims the time of the king. And at that point, in Virgo was the constellation Coma, C-O-M-A. And Coma is the Virgin with Child. You can go to a planetarium at any college, and you can go into that planetarium and ask whoever administers the thing, could he show you the constellation Coma? And you'll see it. It's the Virgin with Child, and it appeared in Virgo at that point, heralding the birth of the king, and then the wise men, or the Magi, or the astrologers, came from Iran seeking that king. Okay, now if that wasn't enough, let's just take another thing, and of course in this one I believe this with all of my heart, especially when you look at the New Age and everything that's happening in the world, but Jesus Christ made a prophecy. Now remember two things. One, the book of Genesis said that the stars were for signs. And the book of Genesis also, the book of Psalms 147 said that God named all of them. Okay? So now, they asked Jesus, where will we eat with you the Passover? So they're looking for a sign, you know, show us where. He could have said, well, we'll go on 22 Jerusalem Street or 22 Main Street. He didn't say that. He said, when you see the man, watch this, with the pitcher of water, okay, that's a sign. When you see the man with the pitcher of water, the Bible said, the stars are for signs, and Jesus is identifying what? Aquarius. Who named the constellation Aquarius, the man with the pitcher of water? It says in Psalm 147, God. And Jesus says, where you will sup with me is when you see the man with the pitcher of water in the Aquarian age, then follow him into the house. Now the house means you, into yourself, and he says, he'll show you a large upper room, which is meaning the higher consciousness, where you will meet him. This squares 100% with Jesus, who said in Matthew 6:22, if your eye be single, your body will fill with light, which means if you practice the single eye by raising your energy above the lower mind into the higher mind, then you will fill with wisdom and understanding. So you say, well, I don't think Jesus meant that. Well, you know, it's stronger circumstantial evidence that he did, simply because as to everything that you're seeing happen in the world today, this is the second coming of Christ. But it's not as people thought that he's going to come in a physical way, because he's not, because Jesus Christ said he would not come in a physical way. It's as he said, within you, in the upper room, when you see the man with the pitcher of water. And then this is the age of Aquarius, and everything is happening in the world today. It's turning the world upside down, as the prophecies have given. But we've missed all of this because of misunderstanding the words of beware, astrologers aren't going to heaven. Well, you're talking about fortune tellers. You're not talking about those who practice the astrological science, because if that was the case and astrologers were not going to heaven, why did the Bible select astrologers to find Jesus Christ? And why did it say he made the stars be for signs, and he named them, and he talks about the sweet influence of the Pleiades and the bands of Orion? It's just a common scientific fact that the electromagnetic fields that come from these constellations, when they arrange in different patterns, have different effects on the way people think.